Hi guys, welcome to Code Debugger. Today we are going to cover what is Spring Security and how to enable basic authentication and role-based authorization in Spring Boot application. So let's start with Spring Initializer. So we'll select Maven project, Java language, Spring 2.3.3 which is latest. The artifact name is Spring Security Demo and we need to select two dependencies, Spring Web and Spring Security. Okay, so let's generate the project. Let's start this. Okay, so import this in the IntelliJ. It's downloading the dependency. Okay, structure is ready. So let me delete the test class. So when we're not going to write any JUnit test cases. So, okay, let me create a controller. Okay. Inside controller, let me write one security controller. Let me annotate this with another text controller. Okay, so here I will have three methods. Public, let's say string, hello admin. Okay, it will return hello admin. Let's say I will have similar method like hello user, and one more method will be there, hello world. Okay, so here it will return hello world. These are the three methods I have. Let me annotate this with at the rate get mapping with, slash admin. And this is user, which is world. For example purpose I have taken like this the URLs. Okay, so let me create one configuration where we will configure the Spring security related configuration. Okay, config class package we have created. Let me create a class security config. Okay, let me annotate this class with @ configuration. In Spring security we need to extend our class from web security configurer adapter class. So let's extend this web security configurer adapter. Yeah, so here we need to override one method. That method is configure method. Okay, so under it override. So configure method which will take the HTTP security as a input. That method we need to select. Let's see if you see here security is there. Web security also we want. Let me override both the methods. Okay, in HTTP security we need to uh, do the configuration here. Okay, so let's start. So HTTP dot we need to disable the CSRF which we not require we are not require that functionality now, but disable. Then we don't need, since we are creating the backend application, we don't need any form login and all. Form login dot disable. Okay, so if you are not doing form login, then logout also not required. That disable. Okay, so in since we are writing the REST, RESTful services, so we no need to manage the session. So session management dot session create policy. We need to write session create policy stateless. Yeah. So we don't have any state in our session since you are writing the REST APIs. Okay. Then and we need to authenticate all the requests, right? So authorize the request. So whatever request is coming, we need to authorize. So any request, then authenticate. All the requests we have to authenticate. Then which authenticator we need to use? That is our basic authentication we need, HTTP basic. So CSRF we don't need. It is something like security related. So CSRF is cross-site request forgery that we don't need now. So I have disabled that. Form login we don't want. Logout we don't want. We are not managing any state of our session. So this is the configuration we need to do. And whatever request is coming, we are authenticating that request. Okay. So this is one. Second one, we need to write another one method where we will get in memory username and password. Okay, so let me write that method. Public void, let's say configure global. Okay, so here I will take a authentication manager builder. Okay, let's say auth. Okay, so we need to auto this one so that string will auto this authentication manager builder here. Then we need to write authentication manager builder dot in memory. We will store in memory authentication we will do. Then we will do user. What is the user? With user we need to do. Let's say username is admin and the password is, in password we need to write one encoded format, like I will use new. So password will be admin. Okay, so roles also we need to give. So roles will be like for admin role will be there. Okay, like in same way let me get another user also. Dot end. Okay, with user same format we need to do. So user password also will be user. So user. Okay. Here we can give multiple roles to the admin. Like admin can access the user related URLs and can access admin related URLs also. This also we can give. Okay. So let me delete this. We can give this. I will show you the differences in this POC. Okay. So it is throwing one exception. Let me annotate this at the snaky throw, which is coming from Lombok. Since I have not added the Lombok dependency, let me throw this one. Okay, that's it. And in our controller class, since only admin user will allow to this method, so you have to annotate this method with @pre-authorize. Okay, so inside this we need to pass authorization. You can say the authorization. You can say regex type of thing we need to pass here. Has authority. Okay, has authority of which role has authority here. Let me pass here authority as admin, right? But Spring, whenever we are doing any configuration here, let's say admin or something, Spring will add a role underscore admin. Okay, so it will add the prefix as role underscore. So let me add that. So this is per role based authorization. At that pre-authorize has authority of role underscore admin. Same way we have to do here also. Role underscore user. And here we need another role also. Let's say user also can access this one and admin also can access this one. You can give the roles here also, like admin can access the user related authorization also. But let me write the regex kind of thing here. Okay, we need to write or. Same way we need to write has authority of admin. Okay, so here we don't need any security. That's why I'm leaving that as it is like that. Okay, but it will not work since we have not annotated. We have not enabled the authorization. Okay, let me annotate here at the rate enable global method security. Okay, so inside that we need to pass post enabled. I guess by default it is true. No, all are false. We need to make this as true. Then secured enable true. Then something called JS enable equal true. These three things we need to enable is called true. We need to do, and yeah, this URL we don't need any security, right? That we need to configure here. So web dot need to ignore that one. Ignore dot matches. Whatever matches will be there, just ignore that one. So whatever world, suppose world URL will come as a request, then ignore the security part. Okay. That's it. The configure security configuration. Let me start the server and just test the application. Yeah, yeah, application is getting up. Okay, yeah, application is up on 8080 port. Let me go to the Postman. In Postman, I need to call localhost and slash admin is there. So if I'll call directly slash admin, it will not work. It will throw 40 watt as unauthorized. If you see 401 unauthorized, we need to pass username and password. For that, let's go to the authorization. Select the basic authentication. Okay. Let me pass admin and password as admin. Send the request. Yeah, we are getting the hello admin. So let me pass user as a username and password. Since this URL is not having the user authorization here, only role underscore admin will allow to this method. Role underscore user will not be allowed, right? So let me test this. Yeah, if you see here 403 permitted we are getting, right? That means Spring is not allowing that user to log in. This user is valid, but it is not allowed. Okay, let me try with user. Yeah, inside user, the user name is allowed. That's why we are getting the response as 200. Okay, so let me pass as an admin. Yeah, we are getting right. So let's not to send any, no authorization will pass, will not pass any authentication. World will type, right? World will not have any authentication or authorization. So if you see here, hello world, we are not passing any authentication here, right? So one more thing, if you see here, whenever I'm passing any basic authentication, let's say I'm passing admin, I'm calling to admin URL and I'm passing username and password. Here there is no cookie generated because we are not managing any session as per our configuration. You see, if I will disable this one, let me disable all those things. Okay, and let me restart the server. Automatically one cookie will get created if you are disabling this feature, like session creation policy is stateless. If by default it is stateful. Let me start the server and I will show you. Yeah, started. Let me go to the Postman. If you see here now, there is no cookie. Let me hit. Yeah, user authenticated and we got the response. I go to the cookie. If you see JSON ID created here, right? So in RESTful services, you no need to do any session related things. You no need to manage. It should be stateless. Okay. So one more thing I will tell you here. If you see the code here, the kernel code here, you will get the authorization, basic authorization. Internally, whenever you are passing admin and admin username and password, then it is converting that into this code. It is converting into base64 format. Okay, so and it is passing that authorization as a header. Okay, that also we can do. Instead of passing this as a basic authentication in Postman, we can do directly inside header. We can pass again authorization, and you can pass that code here. Okay, let me send. This contains username and password in base64 format. That's why we are getting the response. See, we are not passing here any authorization. Okay, but here we are passing authorization. Internally it is doing the same only. Whatever we are doing here, if you are selecting basic authentication and you are passing username and password, it internally it is doing the same. Okay, so that's all about the basic authentication and role based authorization. So meet you in the next video. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe the channel. Thank you.